The Young and the Restless recap. Wednesday, June 7th, Billy and Chelsea's trouble in paradise. Cameron calls for backup. The Young and the Restless spoilers recap for Wednesday, June 7th, reveals that Nick Newman will track Cameron Kirsten down in his GCAC suite and confront him about harassing Sharon Rosales as well as Faith Newman. Nick will also accuse Cameron of killing Faith's cat, but Cameron will pretend he doesn't know anything about that. After Cameron insists he's back in town for Sharon, he'll add that she's fair game now that she's not married to Nick anymore. Although Nick will act like Cameron's insane since Sharon despises him, Cameron will think he can change her feelings. As for Nick's accusations, Cameron will insist that he's a free man and isn't breaking any laws. After Nick shoves Cameron and makes a fist, he'll ultimately punch a wall instead of Cameron's face. Nick will warn Cameron to be out of that suite by tomorrow morning. But Cameron will insist he's got things to do and women to seduce. Nevertheless, YNR spoilers say Nick will stand his ground and make it clear that Cameron won't like what happens if he sticks around. Once Nick is gone, Cameron will call a guy named Jimmy and tell him to bring his right hook for a face-to-face meeting. We know Cameron will have Jimmy beat him up so that Nick will go down on battery charges, so more trouble's brewing. At Society, Nikki Newman will fret to Victor Newman about the possibility that Nick will use his fists against Cameron, but Victor will support the idea and vow to back up his son if necessary. After Nick joins them, Nikki will notice his bruised knuckles and grow concerned. Nick will admit he only hit the wall and will get frustrated when he finds out Victor invited Nate Hastings to meet up for drinks. That'll leave Nick complaining about Victor making time for an opportunist when he needs to be worried about Cameron's threat. Victor will spin that around on Nick, so he'll act like he should forget about Sally Spectra since Sharon and Faith need to be his focus. Nick will get fed up with Victor judging Sally again, so he'll take off. After Victor says Nick is spread too thin, Nikki will insist she just doesn't want Nick's temper to get him in trouble. At the GCAC, Daniel Romalotti Jr. will hint to Lily Winters about things blowing up between Phyllis Summers and Summer Newman Abbott, but he'll vow to fill her in later. At Crimson Lights, Chelsea Lawson will be upset over the disappointing numbers for the soft launch of her game, so Billy Abbott will offer to distract her with dinner. That'll lead to a tough conversation since Chelsea has been talking about this with her therapist. Chelsea will think Billy feels like he needs to keep saving her, but she'll really need him to trust her to handle it and ask for help if she can't. Billy will be upset over Chelsea feeling like he's playing the hero. But she'll do her best to reassure him before he takes off for a meeting with Victoria Newman. In the park, Billy will bump into Lily, who'll learn he's been trying to fix problems that he hasn't been asked to solve. Lily will joke that Billy just has to find the right balance between saving the world and falling apart. At Newman Enterprises, Nate will receive a text from Victor asking to meet up for drinks soon, so he'll wonder what that's about. While Nate and Victoria are mulling it over, Audra Charles will appear and point out that she was just singing Nate's praises. Once Audra suggests Victor probably wants to offer praise of his own and a bonus, she'll also mention that they saw Nate and Victoria leave the GCAC together. After Victoria leaves to meet with Billy, Nate will have another secret strategy session with Audra, who'll worry about Nate and Victoria spending too much time off the clock. Nate won't think it's an issue since Victor is a results-driven person. But he'll agree with Audra about Nick potentially still being a problem for them. At the athletic club, Victoria will give Billy the news about Johnny Abbott and Katie Abbott wanting to attend boarding school in the fall. Billy will think Victoria seems a little too enthusiastic about the idea, so he'll wonder if this has more to do with her budding romance with Nate. Victoria will be offended over what Billy's implying, so he'll backtrack and know she wouldn't try to ship the kids off to spend more time with her love interest. Afterward, Victoria will admit to Nate that Billy's comment got under her skin. Nate will think maybe people just don't understand what's happening between them and will want to fix that with an official date. Once Nate offers to take Victoria out for cocktails and dinner, he'll suggest dessert and dancing might even be involved. Victoria will smile over Nate's suggestion and will decide that she's in. Back at the coffee house, Chelsea will meet with Daniel and assume he's having a bad day because her game is a flop. Daniel will insist this is about his personal problems instead and will draw Chelsea's attention to the comments section on her game's rollout. Once Chelsea sees that her game is actually helping people manage their anxiety, Daniel will point out that numbers aren't the only thing that matters. When Daniel reconvenes with Lily, he'll admit that Phyllis is in a room at the athletic club and the cops could be at her door any second. Later, Chelsea will get a call about Connor Newman not participating in class and seemingly shutting down. After Chelsea updates Billy, he'll resist the urge to distract her and will offer advice, reassurance, or a chance to vent. Chelsea will appreciate the way Billy listened to her concerns and is now trusting her, so she'll offer a sympathetic ear as well. Billy will mention the whole boarding school situation and get reassurance from Chelsea, so it'll seem like they're using some positive communication skills. The Young and the Restless spoilers say love will continue to come with complications in Genoa City, but there'll be solutions if GC residents can work hard enough. CDL's the place to be for great Young and the Restless spoilers, updates and news, so make us your favorite YNR hotspot. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more update news.